I really don't know what. I'm not even sure what to say here. It's just something seems so clear to me, but I'm not sure how to express it in a way that others will understand. I see around me a world where so many people are busting their ass to to put money away so they can try to have some kind of life, and I understand, but it seems so goddamn obvious to me when you look at the level of inflation that's happened just in my lifetime, and not even just half of my lifetime, just in the last 20 years even. 20 years ago, I'd go buy a pack of cigarettes. They were like a buck and a quarter, or a buck 50 a pack. Now they're $10, $12 a pack. You know? Everything else is so much more expensive. 20 years ago, I could go rent an apartment for $100 a month, $150 a month. Now $1,500 a month is the cheap places, supposedly cheap. And you'd have to be making fucking $54,000 a year to even be approved to rent the damn place now. You know? I used to fill up my gas tank in my car for, 12, $15 or something. I'm not even 40 years old, man. How much longer do you think you can fucking do this shit? I mean, look at the goddamn. What do you see when you walk into McDonald's now, right? If you went to McDonald's 20 years ago or something, right? You'd see a big long counter, a big, much larger building with a big long counter with about a dozen or more people standing behind the counter ready to take your order. You'd see probably 20 or more people working there. You walk into a McDonald's now, what do you see? You see 2 or 3 people, maybe a little robot vacuuming the floor, and some touch screens, right? You go into a grocery store 20 years ago, what did you see? You see, 15, 20 lines, somebody working behind every single cash register. Almost every single line would have somebody working there. They'd have somebody bagging your groceries for you, somebody, you know, you didn't see all these big long lines backed up behind the one register that's open, everybody going through these machines. Now you got automated checkouts. I went into Walmart a while ago. I almost got run over. I seen this big like robot vacuuming the floor. They've got robots to stock the shelves. They've got automatic checkouts everywhere. They're going in everywhere. I mean, there's technology for drones. There's AI. If you didn't know, well, now there's robots that are performing surgery. There's you get automated cars, autonomous drones. They could outfit systems into everything to where airline pilots would be out of a job. All the truck drivers, all the fucking delivery drivers, all the cabs, everything. You're fired. Your job is gone, bud. Every fucking job is gonna be gone here, man. Human beings, you gotta wake up and smell the fucking coffee, man. Humans are obsolete. Do you not see this? And the kind of money, the way the financial system is fucking collapsing and has been, and the level of fucking inflation is insane. There used to be a gold standard for money, and everything was backed by gold. I mean, an ounce of gold used to be $35. Like, not even that ridiculously long ago. Like, my parents' day or whatever. There's too much expense. Housing is absolutely ridiculous. 20 years ago, man, 20 years ago, this town, all the towns surrounding where I'm at, it would be so rare to see a homeless person or somebody out there with a cardboard sign at begging for money. You wouldn't see that like anywhere. Anywhere. Like that, very rarely you'd see one person show up, you know. Now every parking lot, every store, everywhere, there's dozens of people, if not hundreds or thousands, in like Walmart parking lot, for instance, living in their cars. There's pickup trucks and vans everywhere that are just loaded with shit because they don't have anywhere else to keep their stuff. They're living in their damn cars, and I've seen people all over the place. Almost every parking lot, you see, some, a husband and a wife, or a man and his girlfriend and their dog or whatever, and they got all their stuff is just loaded in a car because they don't have anywhere to live. And the cost of living is outrageous. It's insane. It's fucking sickening and disturbing and disgusting and horrible. And it's not because of a housing shortage, it's because the cost of living is too fucking expensive and the wages are too fucking low. It's not even worth it. Like, what the fuck makes it worth it to go get a job, you pump gas or flip burgers or do whatever the fuck, and you just spending all your time and all your energy making money that's not going to be worth shit in 10 fucking years, 5 years, your money ain't going to be worth shit. You know? How are you going to afford to pay $1,500 a month rent when 6 months or a year from now, the $1,500 a month rent will be $2,000 or $3,000 or $4,000, $5,000? How much does it have to cost before people wake the fuck up and see that they're being fucked? How much? And you rich people sit around and you're just content and happy because you managed to buy a house or get into a mobile home or something years ago, or because you're doped out on so many pharmaceutical drugs to keep you happy and keep you sane, to keep you from just completely giving up on life altogether. People are out there busting their ass 8, 10, 12 hours a day in some fucking shit job you hate or whatever. And maybe you even got a college degree, You're just busting your ass, paying and paying and paying. People, everyone's got their hand out. Your landlords, everywhere you go, money, 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 money. You got to just keep paying and paying and paying. Oh, get a job, damn lazy bum. Well, what the fuck, man? There's people living on the street that have like 2 or 3 fucking master's degrees and shit. Seriously, like, look it up. Just look on YouTube. Search homeless master's degree, or homeless doctor, homeless airline pilot, homeless, PhD. It's all over the fucking place, man. I live in an area when I was growing up here, man, this area was, and it was like this, like everywhere all over the state. It was, you'd see, loggers and farmers and stuff, and everyone was, fairly nice. There was no homelessness because it was cheap and affordable to live everywhere. Now it's like everywhere. You can't take a walk in the woods without walking past hundreds or thousands of fucking tents and tarps that people are living under. As if they can even manage to be left alone and allowed to sleep in their fucking tent without getting harassed by the cops or some other shitheads, some drug addicts trying to rob them. Like, it's so fucked up now, man. I can't imagine, like, I can kind of imagine, but I mean, I can't hardly imagine, like, what the kind of nightmare it would be like to be homeless, man. Like, really homeless. Like one of these people living in a tent. That's gotta fucking suck, man. As shitty as so many people are, I mean, what, you probably can't even leave your freaking tent for 20 minutes without coming back and having your shit stolen, or having somebody, cut your tent up, or steal your pillow or something. Like, it just makes me fucking sick, man. There's empty houses. There's freaking mansions and shopping malls and old swimming pools and motels and shit and just empty all over the place. You drive into just about any fucking mobile home park, you'll see a dozen or more mobile homes just sitting there empty. You can't even get a hold of a manager to try to buy something, you know? There's houses all over the place that are just sitting there empty, fucking probably molding. Before long, the fucking roof will cave in after a number of years because nobody's living in them, and nobody's even trying to fucking sell them either. They're putting up all these shitty apartment complexes built out of the cheapest goddamn material they can get their hands on, building all these houses that look fucking identical. They're turning this place. I mean, yeah, it's like this world is like, God, what was that movie? Damn it, with I keep every time I bring this topic up, this movie, it's like I forget what the hell it's called. They did a remake of it with like Oprah in it or some shit. It's the '90s one I thought was pretty good. Something time. Anyway, you know, Mrs. Who's It, Mrs. What's It, and the Tesseract, and they go to. They travel to some other dimension with the Tesseract, and there's this like evil thing called the It Force or whatever, right? It's like that, man. It's like we're seeing a world that's just rapidly transforming before our eyes from like a natural world to this completely bland, senseless, insane, like upside down inversion of everything fucking right and just and good. And it's just turning so ugly and so fucking ridiculous that it makes me fucking sick, and I can't hardly stomach it. I can't hardly stand to spend a day fucking just having to soberly look at what the fuck is going on. It's just sickening. I don't even like to leave, you know, if I'm in a motel or whatever it is, I don't even like to go out, have to go to the grocery store, have to go pick up mail, because the second you leave so whatever room you're hiding in, it's like you're just out there in the world and everything is fucking crazy. Everything is just going so far insane that it's incredibly disturbing. And I don't know what to do, man. Do you know what to do? Like, I'd like to just get a piece of property and build a farm, you know. But it's like this control freak system or whatever that's being built up around us. It just doesn't want to let you be free. It doesn't want to let you go. You try to build a house, they'll come try to steal your house. You try to live in a van, somebody will come along and harass you. Move along now. Try to live in a camper, live in a tent, somebody come along and fuck with you, cut up your tent, steal your, you know. It's just, oh, you're fined for vagrancy, you know, whatever, man. Like, I've seen stories of people like homeless that were smart and they managed to find some place where they could actually build a home for themselves. And then they're on the news and they're just like bragging about how they went in and destroyed the person's home because they're living under a freeway you know, or they're built a cave to live in or something. And they got and you got some government agents or somebody just ninnying coming up and harassing them and chasing them away, taking away everything they own, because you can't let somebody try to be free. You can't let somebody have shelter over their head, for God's sakes. It's fucked up, man. I'm sick of it. I don't know. I don't know what to do. I just want to have a home. I'd like to grow some food, grow some flowers, you know. Just have a little farm, live my life. I don't want to be some cog in a fucking machine that's just failing. Because the machine is failing, man. I mean, look. There's a time when the operation of the machine becomes so odious, makes you so sick at heart that you can't take part. You know? And you gotta put your body upon the gears and upon the levers and upon the wheels, and you gotta indicate to those who own it, to the ones who run it, that unless you are free, this machine will be prevented from working at all. You know? That's a fact. You know? This system is falling apart. We can't keep acting like we're going to be okay if we just live the way that we've lived for these centuries, because that world is coming to an end right before our eyes. There's not going to be any more jobs pumping gas, flipping burgers, sweeping floors, any of that shit, man. Unless you're building some sort of technology to murder and enslave humanity, you're out of a job, basically, because that's the only jobs it's going to be in this future economy that these evil, sick fucks are creating. Isn't that pretty damn obvious? What does the future look like? I don't know. One army of robots fighting against another army of robots while the humans are in cages or something. Pedophiles, their fucking boot on our faces or something, using us like a footstool. Like that's what it's fucking looking like here, man. That sure as hell is what it's looking like. And until people wake the hell up and something gets done about this shit, like, I don't know what, we just gotta somehow find a way to be able to live free, to get away from this shit. Because I don't see how anyone is gonna survive if we have to be stuck living in this fucking system and trying to go on like everything's fine, like everything's normal, when it's not. The economy is gonna be a thing of the past. I mean, look at it, man. This selling your hours, your days, your years of your life for slips of paper that they just print out of thin air, for numbers typed into a keyboard, so you can try to have something, but you can't. You know, they don't want to let you have anything, do they? God damn it. I just wish people would wake the hell up and see. I mean, how many of you are out there that work long hours every day so that you can come home to four walls and a roof that you don't own and you'll never own? I mean, if people just comprehended what the heck is going on here, how seriously screwed up the situation here is, it would, like, people would lose their frickin' minds, man. I don't know how anyone can manage to not see how fucking completely twisted and messed up things are now, man. It's like completely inverted, completely opposite, completely unnatural. They're taking this place, this world, and you're born into it. You look up at the sky, you look at the sun, you look at the flowers and the birds and the butterflies and the, you know, and it's like a fucking paradise, man. You can go somewhere and look out into the world, and it's so amazing and so beautiful. But they're just burning this whole place to the ground. They're turning everything into a fucking prison planet. They're turning this place into a prison planet and making slaves and victims of all of us. They're making victims of you. Can you imagine, for 1 second, looking at the trajectory that this world is headed in? You have children, grandchildren. Can you even begin to imagine this sort of dystopian hellscape that those kids are going to have to live through if people don't do something about this? It just makes me sick, man. It makes me sick. And I don't know what to do. I just want to find a way where I can have a home, and it'd be nice if other people that need a home too can have a freaking home, and not have to be just slaves for the rest of our lives. Do you think fucking Social Security is gonna be there to back you up in 10 fucking years? You see how many banks are collapsing? You see how the prices are going through the freaking roof? I mean, think about something, man. Look at the prices of shit. Look at the price of milk, the price of eggs, the price of cheese, meat, any food, lettuce, whatever. The price of everything at the store, and compare that to what the price was just 3 years ago, 4 years ago, or hell, 3, 4 months ago, right? It's just going up and up. You're seeing banks collapsing and all this talk of World War III constantly on the horizon. You got senile, lunatic pedophiles running the fucking governments and corporations of the world. Just people dread, you know. Oh, it's just so fucking crazy. Like, and it can't go on. It can't sustain it. I mean, this world, we're fucking doomed, man. Like, there's no, I don't see how, like, without some miracle, God coming down from the sky in his frickin' chariot and legions of angels, like, picking up these scumbags and dropping them into hungry sharks or something, like, nothing is gonna save us. There's like, but you can try to be happy, try to find some peace, try to find some joy, but nothing's ever going to change until people are willing and able to look and see the ugliness and see what it is. See it for what it is, man. It's twisted and it's fucked up. And it's got to stop. All right. That's enough ranting for now, I guess.